This is my third video about Her or His Majesty's Revenue and Customs. The first video was called GovUK Verify Failure. It shows how HMRC helped me to discover that I could not be verified by them. We're checking your identity with a credit agency. We're unable to confirm your identity. You can't access this service because Revenue and Customs, HMRC, doesn't know enough about you to be able to confirm your identity. HMRC has not told me why they are unable to identify me, but a screenshot from that video provides a clue which suggests why HMRC is hiding the truth when they say that they are unable to identify me. Top right, the Crown approves of GovUK Verify, which I think was a mistake. The word verify is derived from Latin verus, meaning true. Verify claims that what Experian says about itself is true. The first two paragraphs of self-advertisement have obviously not been verified, and the third paragraph is deliberately misleading. The devious Experian does not tell me what they need from me in order to identify me for HMRC. Instead, it tells me that I will need access to my bank statements. Why? You can trust Experian with your information. Why do the Crown and those under it accept such stuff from a company with customer records that have attracted fraudsters? I was unable to tell Experian to delete what I had told them about myself online because communication with them was one way only. A few minutes' research on the internet convinced me that it would be unwise to trust Experian. The Crown has stopped me seeing and editing my tax account and supports deceitful letters to me from HMRC created by ignorant public servants. This video is about what happened because I was excluded from accessing my Royalised Inland Revenue account. It uses 5 recent letters to reveal the unacceptable practices that taxpayers like me have had to endure from the Royalised HMRC Inland Revenue since 2017. The letters from which I will quote are: letter to me from HMRC, letter from me to HMRC, letter from HMRC Officer M. Not to me, letter from HMRC Customer Advisor Mr. J. Powell to me, letter from me to Customer Advisor Mr. J. Powell. Letter 1 came in the customary brown envelope with a lie on the back. Did you know you can use your personal tax account to view your HMRC details and make changes online? I am not allowed to do that, you HMRC ignoramus. The anonymous letter 1 is dated 3 November 2022. It is about a refund for overpaid tax. I am told, request online and you should get your refund within 5 working days. That is utterly untrue. They say, you have paid too much tax. That statement is misleading. It should be, HMRC has paid themselves too much tax at your expense. HMRC employs profits in the pay-as-you-earn department to create codes which determine how much tax I will owe them months later in the next tax year. They usually get it wrong. They send the codes to those who pay my pensions and savings tax, and unknown persons pay HMRC. I pay them nothing at all, and do not know how and when, for tax year 2019 to 2020, persons unknown to me paid HMRC too much tax and too little tax for me. I am told, claim your money back through your new personal tax account. You can get your refund fast straight into your bank account if you claim online through your personal tax account. Request your refund online within 21 days of the date shown on this letter, and you should get your money within 5 working days. If you don't request your refund online, you'll get a cheque in about 6 weeks. Go online. The personal tax account is the new way of managing all your tax affairs. How does this repetitious tripe get past the many committees set up to look into HMRC's work? HMRC does not allow me through the government's online metaphorical gateway. I had a government ID card which I used for the DVLA, but HMRC did not accept that. What I've called lies may have to be blamed on HMRC and those who govern it, as the employees who usually send me letters seem to be completely ignorant about what they are doing because they seem to know practically nothing about me. They may be puppets, just writing what anonymous superiors tell them to write, whoever is the recipient. I cannot even look at my personal tax account. I've so far received 4 cheques, months after HMRC had arranged overpayments. The first 2 had to be posted to Swindon. The last 2 had to be posted to the local branch of my bank, which I have not visited for years as I bank online. On this occasion, I received a letter dated 25/11/2022. It was issued by an anonymous senior manager and said, "A cheque for £81 is attached below." It was not attached, but printed on the page. I detached it using scissors. I posted the cheque to my bank using Royal Mail early in December 2022. In early February 2023, the refund had still not been credited to my bank account. So I wrote to HMRC. I told them that I had posted their cheque to my bank in town, but it had not reached my bank account. I told them, I am checking my printed current account statements, and the pounds in column has no £81 entry up to 03 January. I am now checking my account online, which has a paid in column. The latest page, 03 November 2022 to 02 Feb 2023, also has no £81 entry and no mention of HMRC. My letter of early February was answered on the 22nd of December the same year by Officer M. Knott. What a senior manager had called a cheque, Officer Knott calls a payable order. Officer Knott seems either to have not read my letter or not to have understood it. He or she says, "It appears that this was not received by you, so I have contacted our finance department for confirmation it has not been cashed, and we will then be able to issue a replacement." Someone ignorant of what had happened to the cheque should not be determining what should happen next. The ignorant not shows his or her ignorance by advising me to access my personal tax account online. HMRC kept for months money to which they had no right, and sent a cheque to a person who, they said, they could not identify. They should have sent what they had taken in error to my online bank immediately they discovered their mistake. Not then suggested, to find out about the service and standard of behaviour you can expect from us, search HMRC Charter. A couple of sentences from it should suffice. When you get in touch with us, we'll make sure that the people you deal with have the right level of expertise. We'll answer your questions and resolve things first time, or as quickly as we can. How pitiful. I did not answer Officer Nott's letter. Then Customer Advisor Mr. J. Powell wrote to me on 8 January 2024. Like Nott, Powell ended by parroting the personal tax account and HMRC Charter stuff. His letter said, "You told us about a missing cheque." That is not what I said. I said that I had posted the cheque to my bank in a nearby town, and that 2 months later the money was still not in my current account. He said, "I confirm that this cheque was cashed on 8 December 2022. My letter to him said, "I think the standard of your written English is below that I would expect from an advisor." Your letter says, "I confirm that this cheque was cashed on 8 December 2022. A reputable dictionary gives the meaning of the first verb in that sentence as to prove that a belief or an opinion that was previously not completely certain is true. You appear to be saying that someone unnamed knew that someone else unnamed had exchanged the HMRC cheque with my name on for cash, though he or she was not certain about it. You yourself, however, knew for certain that someone had exchanged my cheque for cash. You do not reveal who had managed to do that. Nevertheless, in the very next sentence you tell me what to do if this payment has not been cashed. A payment is often in cash, but it cannot be cashed. Without evidence, I doubt whether the cheque has been cashed, because I do not know how one can cash a cheque which names another person. You say you know that the cheque was cashed. Perhaps you think you know that I went into my bank and collected the cash it represented. If so, you are a moron and make yourself liable to prosecution in court. It is years since I've been into any bank." This advisor then said, "Please let us know if this payment was not cashed into your bank or building society account. We'll then investigate. If necessary, we'll send another cheque to you." This advisor, like Nott, had presumably not read my letter to HMRC. I wrote in my reply to this advisor, "I deplore the fact that you envisage sending me another cheque if you know that the one I was sent has already been cashed and has cost me hours of wasted time. If HMRC sends me another cheque to blight my life, I am likely to return it to them, risking loss in the post again. I am not prepared to spend hours travelling to Eastbourne using buses or taxis and waiting in a queue to hand over a cheque. I am, however, prepared to create a third video about HMRC to warn others that HMRC employs people like you and ignorant officer Not, who seems not fit for office. I have not heard from HMRC since.